bit of trip hazard there. All right. So, some of you know I've seen me before, but I just really got back into comedy about a month ago after 15 years. And, like that's why like most of my jokes are about like Ugg boots and the George W. Bush administration. So, but seriously though, like I am wearing a shirt from a like 20-year-old iPod commercial that I designed myself with a like 20-year-old computer on there. And that's actually, I had one of those blue iMacs back in college, and I just feel old. That's not a joke. That's just. But I'll tell you though, time does fly though. They say time flies like an arrow, and fruit flies like banana. So, but there's a lot of things when you're a kid. There's a lot of things you misunderstand. Like, for example, I mixed up the word erratic and erotic. I'm like, hey mom, the cat's moving around erotically. So, but I just misunderstood a lot of stuff like that. Like I once saw a sign, like a political sign on the side of the road that said like, Bob Smith for city council at large. And I'm like, should they be letting fugitives run for office? I'd hear commercials like it's like, this is good, get your yogurt when you're on the go. And I'm like, on the go? I'm not a fugitive. Like, who are you in your commercials at? So, but yeah, there's a lot of, I just think about all the stuff that I misunderstood as a kid. Like, another thing I misunderstood as a kid was, I watched Star Wars, and I thought it was Darth Vader. I mean, he's dark, and the other guys were the light Vaders, right? So, and I also thought it was a lifesaver, not a lightsaber. Because you need, like if you're meeting up with Darth Vader, it'll save your life. Or maybe he just needs a lifesaver like a breath mint, because I'm sure he has horrible breath under that mask. So, and another thing I misunderstood was I mixed up Luther and Lucifer. So I had a friend tell me that he was a Lutheran, and I was like, you worship Satan? I actually saw, I remember seeing, a thing of fabric softener in the laundry room at my parents' house, and it was like, it was like satin, satin smooth or something like that. And I was like, wow, it's like Satan, Satan smooth, like devilishly clean laundry. So, but yeah, I was actually, and just for the record, I did go to Catholic preschool. So, and like any good Catholic, I haven't been to Mass in 20 years. And, maybe one of these times I'll come up with a host of communion jokes. So it's, but yeah, like mostly I like to do jokes about history. I do like a lot of, like earlier, Jacob mentioned, Battle of Stalingrad. He's like, you ever get high and watch history documentaries? I'm like, yes. Only, I like to watch, I like Roman history a lot. I like, and I just wonder, I just look at the Roman Empire, and they conquered all this land, and they didn't have any stimulants to do it. They didn't have any coffee or anything stronger than coffee. And it makes you just wonder, like, the Romans stabbed Julius Caesar 23 times. If they had had coffee, maybe they would have chopped them up, made a Caesar salad. I'm just thinking about other Roman emperors, like one of my favorites, Marcus Aurelius, and I think he used to say like life is suffering. I think he'd drink 1 cup of Folgers a day. I'm a big of a coffee snob here, so that's a coffee snob joke. And, it's also, like I was thinking about like Caligula. Caligula is known for his hedonism. He would have, ground up his coffee and snorted off an ass like a donkey, because he was that kind of person. But yeah, I got plenty more history jokes. I was actually talking to Eddie over there, and he's like, you got some Byzantine jokes, and I said, I'm just thinking, no, that's just too complicated. I'm sorry, I don't have any Byzantine jokes. But my sister told me when I was starting to get back into comedy here, and she was like, and I told her, I said, what I really want my comedic persona to just be like a history professor who's just desperately trying to be funny. And she's like, that's not a persona, Steve, that's just you. So I used to teach, I didn't teach history though, I did teach algebra. I did try to do some algebra jokes. Unfortunately, there were just too many unknowns. I tried to do some trigonometry jokes, and I'm still looking for a sign on that one. Until then, I'll just go off on a tangent here and, maybe do a calculus joke. I don't know, the calculus jokes I tried, they were just too derivative. But I do think they are integral to my script here.
There you go.
And that's the problem with math jokes, though, just nothing adds up. So, so I guess I'm stuck with some, So, I can do Microsoft Office jokes all day, though, Somebody's like, any Microsoft Office jokes? I'm like, word. I really do excel at the puns, And I don't know what that says for my outlook as a comedian. So, but I don't have access to anything else, and so just until then, just PowerPoint. And that's my act here. I'm still working on it, and just wanted to let you know it's Stephen with a V, Stephen J Lovelace on Instagram if you're interested in following me. And thank you very much.